Hello, class. Hope you're doing well this week. I saw a few questions posted online relative to the week one assignment. And since referencing and linking from one tab or one file to another is a very fundamental skill that you need to be able to do for creating pivot tables and other functions, I thought I would just post a very simple tutorial on how that's done for the week one assignment. So what you see here, instead of using employees and labor hours, I'm using fruit purchases, apples, oranges, and grapefruits, cost per pound, how many pounds are purchased each day of the week. Say that this is for a daycare center or a nursing home and you're buying fruit every day to keep it fresh. I know the numbers don't really make sense for that purpose, but bear with me if you will. So every day I purchase this many pounds of apples, oranges, and grapefruits. And over here I total how many pounds I bought for the week. And then the total cost is total pounds times the cost per pound. So I'm showing you the result of what I'm doing, but I'm going to recreate it down here. So the first thing I'm going to do is create fruit purchases, cost per pound. I'm just typing it in to the cells. I'm using the right arrow to move from cell to cell. Bear with me on my typos that have to go back. And then I do this for each day. Remember, it's important to do it for each day. I saw some submittals that just totaled 40, but if you look at what the intent, 40 hours, if you look at what the intent of this is, it's to record the daily hours and then total it for the week times the labor rate to get the total labor cost. So I'm recreating this, even though you see it up above. Typing in each cell. And then, of course, for sake of formatting, I can drag this down a little bit and make that cell bigger or that row bigger. And then I can say, okay, I want to center it vertically. And then for these, I want to center horizontally just so the format looks nicer. You can go back and review that and see, because it does actually make the format nicer when you center things vertically and horizontally depending on what the cell is. So then I go in here and I say I'm going to do apples, or in your case you're doing employee names. Grapefruits. And I'm going to say $2.99 a pound. $2.48 a pound, $1.65 a pound. And then, of course, I want to format this as dollars. So I go up here to the top row and I say dollars, and I give it 2 decimal places because that's what makes sense for currency. So I could go like out to more decimal places and make sense, but with currency, I just do 2 decimal places. And then I start making up how much per day I bought of each one. I'm not using the same numbers just for the heck of it. Buy more on Friday. Has to last the weekend. Okay. Now, again, I like things formatted. It doesn't really matter, but it makes them more readable. So I want all of this. Since I'm going down to resolution of 1/10 of a pound, I'm going to make each number read down to 1/10 of a pound. Now, For total pounds, I would simply do an auto sum, but of course I only want to auto sum Monday through Friday, so I drag across to that number, hit enter, I get 28.5 pounds. Do the same thing again, Monday through Friday, I get the sum of C11 to G11. Now you notice another way to do that would have been to simply, since this is the same row, I could just drag that down and it's automatically going to duplicate the formula, but change the row number. So C10 to G10, C11 to G11, and C12 to G12. Excel's real good about doing those relative formulas where if you drag things down or across, it maintains the relative cell number from the beginning to the end. And link from one tab to the other. So what I do is I create a data tab, and that's done. You could either click on plus and you get additional tabs like sheet 3 plus sheet 4. I didn't want to do sheet 3, so I delete that sheet and I delete sheet 4. That's how you add and delete sheets, and you double click on this and you can call that data link or whatever you would like. And you could call this purchases or whatever you would like. So I now go to the data link tab, and I've already created the table format the same as the purchases with the row and column headers. And now I want to link all the data and not cut and paste any of the data. This way, if you have one data source and you want to manipulate it into different ways, your data source is a common location for the data, and you don't want to have it in multiple places because you could wind up contradicting. So basically this is showing you how to create the data link. So this is basically the raw data, and this is linking that to something that you would do different calculations with. So I hit a plus sign for a formula. I go back to purchases and I select that cell, and it automatically references it by saying purchases B10. I'm on the data link tab, but it's using purchases B10 tab. So I do that for oranges, and I get purchases B11. I drag that down and I get purchases B12. So now for how many pounds I bought on Monday, I hit the plus sign, I go to purchases, and it says 2 pounds. It's odd that it did the wrong format, but of course that could always happen. So I'm going to undo that format and say I want a number, and I only want it to be 1 decimal place. So what I did was I just reformatted all those cells to a number in 1 decimal place rather than currency. So now, as I was saying before, you can drag that across and down, and you will get all the same relative references as purchases C10, 11, and then D10, D11. You notice as if you did them one by one, you have all the same relative, basically equals data link references go right back to the purchases. So now you could do the same thing with, I could calculate it, but that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to do all reference data links and not recalculating. So I'm going to go back to the total pounds and give me that. I'm going to drag it down, then I'll get all 3. Again, formatted as dollars, shouldn't be. Should be formatted as number. Fix that. 1 decimal place, fix that. And then the total cost. I will go relative back to total cost here. And of course that is dollars. I drag it down and I check make sure I got purchases I-10, I-11, I-12, so everything's correct as reference links. And I pull over the total. And that again is purchases, row 4, row 14, column I. See, it's different. It's not exactly the same number as the cell I'm on now. Like F2 was F10 because this is in a different location on the spreadsheet. So that is basically how you do the initial data sheet. And how you bring it over to a data link tab and then just reference the first data sheet in order to populate the table. If you have any questions, let me know. I tried to do a few additional functions to show you how to undo what you did wrong, how to change the format of the cell from dollars to quantity. There are other functions you can do. You can say, okay, I want to make this look pretty, so I'm going to do that in bold. I want to put blocks around it, so I'm going to do borders like that. I want my first row to be a little wider because it's a header row, so I can do that. And then I can highlight it, and I can say, okay, let me make that orange or whatever rust color that is, just to create a table that's a little bit prettier. So there's lots to do in Excel once you get the data entered when you're trying to create a presentable table. The exercise didn't require all that, but I thought I would give you a few pointers on that. Okay, any questions? Please send me an email or post a discussion text. If enough people ask the same question, of course, I will create a video or post a discussion. So thank you very much and good luck with the assignment.